weatherweb.net. Remember, we're kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen here. It's by you coming back and using the site and using the adverts. That's what keeps us free of charge, so thank you for doing that. Just looking at the end of the month, and some pretty cold charts have arrived from the ECMWF this morning. But this is the North Atlantic Oscillation prediction. It's this chart here that I want you to look at down the bottom here. This is the prediction for the next 14 days from the GFS Ensemble model, and the blue line here is showing us the mean of the run, which shows us that we're in just slightly neutral territory. The Arctic Oscillation for the same period is in negative territory. You can see it here. Now, what that indicates is that cold air can get off the pole, and that the westerly winds across the Atlantic aren't quite as strong as they normally are. So this is building on the idea of this cool easterly flow being able to maintain itself. The 7 to 10 day means of the 500 millibar flow, this is from next Tuesday, so it's a Friday the 29th. We've got the ECMWF on the left here, we've got the GFS on the right. Those are showing the jet stream further south in the Atlantic, which is exactly what you'd expect to see with those predictions from the GFS for the Arctic Oscillation and the North Atlantic Oscillation. And you can still see this block up here, look, towards the north. That's been the problem all winter. It's that's been creating the cool conditions. Now, this is how it kind of gets itself into the model. So the models take account of this when they're making predictions, and this is the CFS model. I did show you this one yesterday, but this is the updated version of it. This is week 1. It shows the anomalies of the 500 millibar heights, and you kind of have to turn your head upside down to have a look, because the British Isles is just underneath there. Now, what it's showing is the jet strong across the Atlantic here, look, below normal heights for week 1, which takes us through to the 25th of March. So that's up to next Monday. Now for week 2, what it's showing is, again, we've got the jet there across the Atlantic here, look. Not there, let's show you. Just in there. I can show you the drawing, just in there, look. And still affecting the British Isles, although starting to weaken towards the end of that period. Now, into week 3, which takes us from the 2nd to the 8th, the jet is actually slipping further south. It's tending to go through France into northern Spain. So there looks like being awful over Easter. Lots of heavy rain there to come during the Easter period. But look, the block building back in towards the north. Now, what that is symbolising is the high starting to drift its way further southwards back into the UK. And probably what we'll find is cold east to northeast winds developing once again. Although across more southern areas, it looks like it will tend to be wetter. This isn't backed up, I should say, by all models. And then into week 4, from the 9th to the 15th, again we've got low to normal heights in the Atlantic, the block up to the north, but increased pressure down towards the south. It sort of hints at higher pressure through this middle part of the month, which probably would keep us dry. So we're still looking at this kind of drier early part of the month, but I think there's going to be a breakdown around about the 10th or the 11th. So the CFS tended to give us some guidance as to where this goes, but I have to say confidence in that is pretty low. This is how the next few hours shape up, though, or the next few days. Low pressure centred across the south of the country through today. Now that low is still in position through this afternoon and through tonight too. Still got this cold easterly flow coming onto northeastern coasts, bringing further snow flurries for eastern Scotland and northeast England. Into tomorrow, got some snow flurries again across the north, and more southern areas will be feeling colder too during the course of tomorrow afternoon. Bits and pieces of rain and drizzle and showers affecting central and southern areas, but generally it's a cold day for many, perhaps a little bit milder across the coast. As we head in towards Thursday, bit of a change taking place. Low pressure off western Scotland, and mild air finally trying to make progress into the country. It's not going to last for very long though, but it will get in. It will spread northwards, pushing rain and strong winds north as it goes, as we get in towards the day on Friday. But the problem is that as it comes up against this cold southeasterly flow, so as it comes into this in northern England and southern Scotland, so this rain turns increasingly to snow. And then what we find is that front edging northwards, it gets stuck, look, across northern and eastern Scotland, so more snowfall to come there through the weekend. I think showers, some of them heavy or longer spells of rain coming into Wales, southwest England and Ireland. Probably central parts of England are generally on the drier side. But then what we find on Sunday is this cold air getting back in again. What that then does is it pushes away the milder air back to the south. It brings snow flurries down these eastern coasts, and although probably southern England, Wales and southern Ireland stay fairly mild, it is going to be feeling, or starting to feel, really cold here again across northern England and Scotland. Then into next week, down come the easterly winds once again. So we're back into colder conditions. Some snow showers or flurries down these eastern coasts. I think some good spells of sunshine, probably better than this week, affecting western areas. But cold is the story of the day. And this is the 26th, so this takes us to next Tuesday. High pressure then off eastern Scotland. Cold easterly winds coming in. I think a risk of some pretty sharp overnight frosts coming in with that easterly flow, and it's just towards the end of the model there that we start to see rain perhaps trying to get back into western Scotland. Now this idea of the colder air is certainly backed up by the ECMWF. This is the forecast from the ECMWF of temperatures. You see them just diving off there. This is the 26th in here, although a steady rise after that. This is how it actually sees it look. We've got, here's the cold easterly winds on the 27th. There they are coming in. But what you'll notice is that as we get into Thursday the 28th, easterlies are still present, low pressure passing towards the south, perhaps bringing some rain through southern areas, and then into Good Friday, so this is the 29th of March, what we're going to find then is the low drifting off into Europe, but look, a ridge trying to build in from the west. This is warm air pumping northwards. Now, the ensemble, the GFS ensemble, picks up with a similar end. So this is the 29th compared to that from the ECMWF. You can see similar patterns there in the models. So let's just get the ensemble back up again. And what you'll notice is that once this arrives, there we go, that we've got the ridge still present. So here we go, this is the ridge that's still present, look, on the 29th. Notice though the flow, it wants to bring it back into the southwest, so it wants to bring a more unsettled southwesterly in through the Easter period. That's Easter Sunday, this is Easter Monday, and notice still these southeasterly winds, but these are going to be accompanied by rain. Most of the rain, I think, Scotland, Ireland, Western Wales and southwest England, little out towards the east, but milder for everyone. So if this comes true, then we'd be looking at temperatures of, sort of 12 to 14 degrees, so certainly milder than it has been. However, as we've seen on the CFS, this is for the same period. Where are we? Here, this is the charts for the same period. Yes, it has the jet stream in, but it has the high up towards the north, and it tries to bring in a more of a northeasterly flow on that pattern. But the one that I favour at the moment is this. I think this idea of it becoming milder into that early part of April, although fairly unsettled out towards the west, but drier towards the east and the south, is the one that we are probably headed for. So I'll leave you with that for now. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget, we kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen here by Ukraine using the site, using the adverts. That's what keeps us free of charge. So thank you for doing that. So for now, keep the sun shining. Bye for now.